Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Razor Gamer, and today, big spoiler warning because there is going to be nothing but spoilers in today's video. Today I am going to be reviewing Spider-Man Far From Home with my little brother Spencer. Spencer, hello?
Hi.
Hi, there we go. So that is Spencer. And like I say, today, big spoiler. So if you haven't already seen Spider-Man Far From Home, get off the video, go and see it. What are you doing? It's been out about what? About 2 weeks now? About 2-3 weeks, and you've still not seen it? What are you doing? Get off this video, go and see it, come back, watch this video, join in, go for it. So whilst we're doing the review, we're going to be going through a bit of co-op. If that finishes by the time we've not done that, then, well, we'll just go through something else. But yeah, let's get it started. So obviously it was my little brother's birthday, so as a treat I went and took him to go and see Spider-Man Far From Home. And so, yeah, start off from that. I really liked it, to say, as I've said in my previous video before, I think it's one of the best Spider-Man movies out there. I don't know about you. Would you say it's one of the best ones out there, Spencer?
Yeah.
Yeah? Brilliant. I mean, there we go. That's two people there. I mean, just to throw it out there, which was your favourite Spider-Man suit from the movie?
I think it's the stealth suit.
The stealth suit. Nice. I too like the stealth suit, but I think I also like the suit that he makes like near the end of the film, where he's in the Avengers jet or the Stark jet, and he makes the suit in the back. But that's going to the end of the movie, so let's start at the beginning. So yeah, the film starts off with basically you've got Nick Fury and Maria Hill driving in the car. They're driving somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, pops out, and as he says in the trailer, you don't want any part of this. And then obviously it cuts into Peter Parker's school, and they're doing like a memoriam for the fallen Avengers, which again, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, really sad. I mean, obviously Tony Stark dies, Captain America's old, he's no longer about, so there's a lot going off in the movie. There's a lot of looking back. I think the film itself mostly forms around Tony Stark in a way, because it's all about Tony Stark giving this power to Peter, and he gets these glasses, and it's up to Peter to kind of take on the like the role of Tony Stark, but he himself, like, he doesn't feel ready. He doesn't feel like he's up to the role of it, because he is still in school, and all he wants to do is get on this trip and go and tell this girl that he likes how much he likes her and whatnot. But yeah, we get to see different places. You get to see Prague, London. They don't go to France, do they? Did they go to France?
No.
I can't remember. No, they don't make it to France, because they go to Prague, I think, and then they're supposed to go to France or something like that. Paris, yeah, one of them. But yeah, you got like Molten Man and Hydro Man, which obviously in the film are classed as elementals. So there's lots of those going about, like wreaking havoc. But I mean, it was a bit of a shock for me to find out that he's sort of using like holograms, if you were. I mean, like, I know it's Mysterio and that's his background and whatnot. He uses holograms, illusions to like fool people and whatnot. But for me, it was kind of like, when I first watched it, it was like, wow, yeah, because if I was there, even I kind of mistake this for like a real kind of situation. I mean, it's the graphics and the design on them is like fantastic. And even though it's not Quentin Beck himself in the movie that's done these, it's like the producers and whatnot in the film. It really is like outstanding. But yeah, what did you think was like one of the good parts in the film? Did you like any like main parts in the film? Was there anything like that kind of pointed out to you? Any like funny bits or anything like that?
Well, the really funny bit is where Peter gets walked in on with his trousers down.
Oh yeah, when they first get to that's when they first get to Prague, isn't it? Because that's where they face off with no, Prague's where they face off with Hydro Man. So where's the next place they go? It is, because he comes out and says, we're going to Prague. So I'm sure it is. But yeah, I mean, like, again, if you haven't seen the film, that is a really funny bit. I mean, obviously, Peter goes to see Nick Fury somewhere, and Peter's all a bit concerned because he's on a trip with his friends. And so Nick Fury's like, all right, go back. You're worried about your friends. I can see that, kind of throwing a bit of sarcasm in there. But, it's all right. So Peter goes off and gets on this bus, gets off this bus, and this guy tells him to go into this store, and there's a woman there with a new suit who turns around and him to, take his clothes off. And just as he pulls his trousers down, one of his, classmates comes in and sees it and, thinks basically that he's getting some sort of like frisky job off a woman who's older than him. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't go to that, suspicion if they've seen that? I certainly would, maybe. But yeah, what else did you like? Was there anything else you liked in the film?
When he makes his new suit.
New suit?
In the jet.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, obviously he's there with Happy and whatnot. Obviously everything's just gone off. He's landed back in. No, he's not in London. He's still in.
No, he is in London.
No, they're in London.
Oh.
And it's where he comes over that like big like meadow of like flowers and whatnot. Oh no, he's still in Prague then, isn't he? Because he gets like beaten up by Mysterio and whatnot, and he's like, he rings Happy and he's like, I've made a mistake. I need to do something. So then Happy comes and picks him up, and that's where he makes the suit, and they fly to London, because then he drops out of the ship or the thing like over London, and then he goes like straight down in his new suit that he's made. So yeah, that was really nice. I really like that as well. Anything else? Is there like, obviously, it was your birthday treat and whatnot, What do you want to tell the viewers about it?
Well, I could say it was actually quite hilarious to start off.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously, his Aunt May throws a banana and.
Oh yeah.
She's like, you're SpiderMan. You should have like spider.
Yeah, the Peter Tingle, isn't it? Yeah. She calls it the Peter Tingle. He gets a bit embarrassed about that. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else?
No, not really.
No. Wow. It's a bit short. Wow. So much in a few hours. You just can't think of anything.
None.
No. Brilliant. Well, there we go. That's his take on the movie. It's good and it's hilarious. So why not go and see it for those two reasons, eh? Why not? But yeah, like coming to the end of it, you've got like there's this big like battle between like Peter and Mysterio where he has or he hasn't got this Peter Tingle, this spider sense, as it's actually called. But Aunt May calls it, the Peter Tingle. But it's nice to see, like, in the end, he sort of, like, relies on that, and has to, like, sort of, like, he kind of, you can see him kind of, like, dig into himself and, like, give himself, like, this little pep talk about, like, believe in yourself. And, he manages to, like, somehow out of nowhere pull this spider sense out and manage to dodge every, like, bullet and whatnot that these like drones are like firing at him and whatnot. But oh my god, the post-credit scenes. Oh, we are going to get into the post-credit scenes because it's the one thing that I've really wanted to talk about. It's really excited for the future of Spider-Man and what it holds for the future of Spider-Man. So as it starts off, basically you see Spider-Man swinging MJ through New York, through Queens or Brooklyn. I get confused. I think it's Captain America that's from Brooklyn and Spider-Man is from Queens. or it's the other way around. If someone could put it in the comments below and just remind me, that'd be great, because like I say, I get confused. Obviously, they're both New York, they're both pretty close to each other, but yeah. But yeah, Spider-Man swinging MJ. He puts MJ down, and the news report comes on the screen, and who is there but none other than James Jonah Jameson from the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. How the heck they managed to pull that off, I do not know, but that is fantastic. No other person could fit that role apart from him. And he just proved it in the first, second, and third Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. I mean, seriously, no other person could fill them shoes apart from him. But that was definitely a shock for me, but one that I was really, really excited to see. I mean, as much as he got like so much like, you know, slick and whatnot from like 1, 2, and 3, where he was like so bossy and whatnot. That's how he is. He's always like that. And again, like, he played that character so perfect in the old Spider-Man movies. That they've actually managed to bring him back and put him into this one, like, bloody outstanding. Seriously, really good work. But yeah, and then it goes into you know, he talks about what went off, and then he goes into like a little clip that was sent over. Obviously, you do see something get sent over to someone, where Quentin Beck, you know, manages to accidentally shoot himself with his own drones because he gets in the way or whatever. And, you know, everything happens, and he sets up this video, which he then reveals Peter Parker's identity as Spider-Man. So I don't know how that's going to go down for the future of Spider-Man. I don't know if, like, how he's going to play that off, whether he's going to play it off as, like, no, I can't be Spider-Man. What do you mean? I was here and I was there. So that's, how can I be Spider-Man? But there is, I think, it's a comic that was quite a while back, like years ago, I think, where he actually went through the whole thing where his identity came out and whatnot. I'll have to do a bit more research into that, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure there was a comic, or like a comic episode of, like, you know, his identity comes out and he has to, yep, disconnected from server. I knew that was going to happen. It was just sat there for so long. You just knew that was going to happen. But yeah, and then obviously the other post-credit scene that we saw was with Nick Fury and Maria Hill. Obviously, they're driving in the car, and, you know, they have this sort of conversation, and then the next thing, you know, they sort of they look at each other, and then they look back, and instantly they turn into scrolls. I will admit, instantly I was like, what the bloody hell? Because that opens up so many questions for, like, Nick Fury himself. Like, where has he been? And at what point did he... Well, and at what point did the scroll kind of, like, become, like, an imposter of Nick Fury? If that's the right word to use. You know, like a double, like a twin. Something like that, you know. Like, when did that happen? But then you see, like, the scroll... Talos, was his name Talos? I think it was Talos. He then brings, like, Nick Fury himself and discusses what's gone off, how he gave the glasses to Peter Parker because he had to give some glasses to him that were left to him from Tony Stark, and they were called Edith, which is an acronym, which obviously is explained in the film. Tony Stark loved his acronyms. So Edith stands for Even Dead, I'm the Hero. So, like I say, that was bloody brilliant. I like that. That was a really, again, like I say, it seems to really focus around Tony Stark and what kind of legacy, like, he's left behind, and how much he's kind of, like, putting his legacy on, like, Peter Parker. But going back to the post-credit scene, really, basically, like, obviously he's talking to Nick Fury and explaining what's gone off. He's giving him the glasses, blah, blah, blah. And basically, it then cuts to Nick Fury. Nick Fury then ends the call, who looks like he's on a beach or somewhere tropical, but it's not. It's just like a hologram, or it's just like a projector, you know, to make him feel like he's at the beach. I don't blame him. Do you know what I mean? So much crap going off in, like, how many few years? I'd take a holiday. I really would. But yeah, and then he gets off the little, like, deck chair that he's sort of, like, perched on. and gets up and says, right, we've got work to do. And obviously, from what I can make out within the little like post-credit scene, I think it was like other scrolls that he was with as well. So I don't know if he's like on another ship or if he's like in some sort of like another facility somewhere or something like that, you know, where like the scrolls have probably like come to Earth and, you know, like sort of like made their home, if you will. But yeah, and then he like sort of walks off and, you know, turns around and shouts, "Who's shoes?" or "Who's got my shoes?" which is quite funny. So, you know, clearly he's been sat there for quite a while, that someone's had enough time to take his shoes and he's not noticed. But yeah, like I say, again, really good film. Like I've probably said it like quite a few times over the past few videos, but definitely one of the best Spider-Man films that they've made. I mean, don't get me wrong, Homecoming was good. Homecoming was alright. I liked it, but it definitely isn't as good as Far From Home. So again, like I say, if you've not seen it, definitely go and see it because it is well worth it. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, there's not really much else. Like, I don't want to like go into it too much and spoil it too much if you haven't seen it. But again, you was warned at the start, so yeah, I think that's it really. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we've still got like a couple of runs left, the co-op to do. So we'll do these little run throughs of co-op, and then yeah, I will let you guys get off, watch my video, and look forward to the next one tomorrow. We do have there is an update coming in August, which some people in as a star agent, they'll be able to like play a sneaky update of it, which I think is really cool. Obviously, I'm not a star agent, but I would like to see if one of them puts like a sneak peek up or something of like what they play. So yeah, there is that going off at the minute. There was a post up about the gold shop that was up for about a week or something. There was a few issues where it wasn't popping up or something like that. I don't know. They're working for me, so I don't have any like complaints about it myself. So yeah, but like I say, we're still waiting for an update in August. There is an update coming. Whether it's going to be at the start of August or the like sort of like the middle of August, I'm not sure. Obviously, we are on like the 21st today. So if there was to be a update at the start of August, I reckon sneak peeks would probably have started like coming out by now. Or if there is one at the start, then we're probably looking at like sneak peeks maybe tomorrow. So hopefully I could be doing a video tomorrow on a sneak peek if we get it in the early hours of tomorrow morning. But that's a big if. Like I say, they could be doing this update for like the middle of August. I'm hoping they don't, because you know I really want to go through some new content. Like I say, there's game modes on here, but the one thing that I'm really looking for, I mean, yeah, we had like, you know, giant boss raid, we had the world event, but I'm still looking for something else that's gonna, you know, that really makes me want to sit there for like hours on end and like grind for it. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's giant boss raid, but there's only so many times you can do giant boss raid before, you know, people aren't doing it properly, you keep getting disconnected and stuff like that. So, like I say, it's disappointing, but still hoping for something new, you know, like even like a new like sort of like timeline sort of like game mode, something like that. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, we've still got August update, then we've got the update coming. I don't know if you guys seen, but there was the Comic-Con like day yesterday, and there is now a slate for all the Marvel movies upcoming. So stay tuned for tomorrow, and I'll do a video on the upcoming like TV series and movies that Marvel have got coming up. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and say thank you for my little brother for guest starring in this video. No, it was brilliant. So yeah, that's it for today. If you like the video, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.
Bye.